out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Yeah. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. VIP coming live from the VIP.
It's week 13 of the National Football League, and we'll see the Buccaneers sure-handed wide receiver.
Certainly happy to have you along. Chase McLaughlin has it on the tee, and off we go here in Tampa. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And Shaheed going to go in motion. Mayfield to throw on the first play. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Again, that's Watkins. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing, Mayfield. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
So here the Bucs backed up to start their initial drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power. We saw finesse. We saw speed. And what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And you look at the Saints defense. And they come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bucs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Saints offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he's made his presence felt in the passing game throughout the season. You look at the NFL's leader in receiving yards by a running back. His name right there at the top. Mayfield now. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3-and-out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
Now Mayfield. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Here's Mayfield. There's a short one caught by Johnson. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Joey Bosa, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here we go, shot.
Starting the drive with Mason on the ground. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. On the ground again, it's Mason. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The Bucs at 8-4 now on the year, and they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Daniel's going to throw for it. That is caught. He's got the first down and more than that. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jamison Williams, 59 yards. And the Bucs' decision to go for it pays off with 6. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync.
The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll hand off to Reynolds. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snaps, and they're there and end up making the play.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Straight ahead, here's Mason. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that. But I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Mayfield looks to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now they send a man in motion right, and they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
That's to the pylon and incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Rico Dowdle, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are back within a score. Now the point after, good by Groupie. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's had a lot of success throwing the ball here early. You see by the numbers, he's already up over 200 yards passing. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Off the play fake. Daniels. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Give to Reynolds. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 3rd and 9. Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Mayfield to throw it. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. In motion goes the tight end. From the gun, Mayfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up second and
Daniels looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Daniels. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came up with a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
To the air goes Daniels. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Now 2nd and 3. He'll drop to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 and the 19. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. And his kick here is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. So we have reached halftime. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Buccaneers offense and Jaden Daniels.
Let's go now.
They'll start with a run by Mason. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 5. Right back to Mason. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On the move to his left. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. To the right goes Mason. And room there to work it inside the 25. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every...
And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Bucs take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Saints offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Looking to throw. Flush to his right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
To the sideline and incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And Shaheed going to go in motion. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. In motion, the tight end. Here's Reynolds. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll drop to throw. Throw left side to Reynolds. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
Yeah, and on third down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force fourth down.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to... The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down. Throwing now is Daniels. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa. Running left, Mason. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. The Bucs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 37 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. To throw, Mayfield. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2 yards on the play. First down, New Orleans.
Throwing, Mayfield. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Here's Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. A run here with Reynolds. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Groupie able to add the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go again with Mason. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
That certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Daniels. On the screen, this is Mason. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the 1st by a few yards. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Daniel's going to throw for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. Mason. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this